All right, shalom, shalom. Let me make sure this pop up real quick so I can hear myself. Make sure everything's good. But shalom, shalom out there. First of all, we want to give our honor and glory to Yahawah, by Hashem, Yahawashi, by Hashem, Kodash, and double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the hopeful elect. Let me just see if I can get this so I can see how it sounds. All right, give me 1 second. Okay, it's not popped up yet. It's like it. Go to a different account. Switch accounts. First of all, we want to give our honor and glory to Yahawah, by Hashem, Yahawashi. Okay, beautiful. It's working good. Perfect. Okay. All right, so let's continue on. So, call Lord Yahawah, by Hashem, Yahawashi, by Hashem, Kodash, and double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the hopeful elect. Lord willing, this lesson be an edifying lesson to you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians who are scattered abroad. Okay. Who consist of the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay. So with that, Lord willing, this lesson be an edifying lesson. All right. This is the material in me made me do it. Okay. When I caught one of this, it was like definitely lesson worthy. Okay. Because this is serious, man. This is Esau Slaki. This is E. Okay. You know, this is E, pushing his agenda. This is E making himself like the Most High. Okay. This is him, trying to control, trying to control, the human mind. All right. And this is like him trying to be, just like God. And we'll get into those scriptures. Okay. But let's get into it real quick. So this this is that stabbing that happened not too long ago on the train. Okay. The Ukrainian woman, you know, the Ukrainian woman got stabbed by Jake with the Shivajadas. And some say it was fake, some say it was real. We know it's causing a commotion, it's a distraction. Okay, we know these things will, continue to happen. All right, if real or fake. Okay, but this situation here, okay, it says this is a Apostle Heart video right here. It says, what is the 6 by Mark 2? 66 Mark 2, GMS Truth. Subscribe and be edified to this page, the Elder Apostle Tahar. But he has the title here, says, can the MOTB make you do things you don't want to do? Okay, and we believe that it does. Okay, and we that's pursuing into these brain, these brain chips. All right. Hold on 1 second. And I did a lesson on this. I think it's RJ or TJ. RJ is brain. I can't get each other. Okay, 1 second. Yep, right here. Paralyzed patient reveals thought activated abilities. Okay, RJ is quadriplegic and lost use of his limbs as a result of motorcycle accident. Though the veteran revealed that he has now mastered a number of tasks thanks to the chip. Okay, so that it's it's able to. It says paralyzed patients, incredible mind control superpower. Okay, right here, paralyzed veteran named RJ has become the first Miami patient to receive Elon Musk's Neuralink brain chip, allowing him to control devices with his mind. Okay, so you do have some control there. There's definitely some mind control there. All right. Now the scary thing is that it's tapped in. When they want to tap into it, can they tap into it? Okay, can it make you do things such as, this situation here? Can it make you do this? But let's get into it.
Or actual prison.
But
Right, you hear for yourself.
so you said something in your body Did what?
This is his sister talking to him in lockup, whether it's a mental ward or actual prison.
What?
Nah, the material, put it like this, the material using my body to stab his life.
The material used in my body. Let me bring that back. This is fair use, fair use.
Right? You hear
So they put something in his body. If they put a chip in his brain, chip in his hand. I don't know that.
And if you know, he's constantly in and out. They said this guy was constantly in and out of, a halfway house, in and out of psyche doctors and stuff like that. You know, they deem you as crazy, Jake. So when they run tests and experiments on you, you lay down on that damn table. You don't know if you waking up with a C hip or or not. You don't know what you're waking up with. So let's get into it.
Chip sounds far fetched if they put a chip in your hand that's gonna make you do things, but I can believe putting a chip in your brain can make you do things, maybe talk, tell you get up, stab this person, do this, do that.
And it does, because as we've seen here, RJ, you know, thought activated abilities. Okay. Thought activated abilities. Okay. You know, it says here, though the veteran revealed that, and I'll click on this real quick. Through right here, has revealed a number of activities and tasks that he can now carry out using nothing but his thoughts. So if he can now, use his thoughts to carry out tasks and activities, okay, has revealed a number of activities and tasks that he can now carry out using nothing but his thoughts. Okay, so how much more if whoever's behind that chip that wants you to act outrageously, how much more when they tap into your system and make you drive a car off the fucking cliff if you got the brain chip? Okay, how much more? And this is a lying wonder, okay, because if it is true that a piece of material was put in him, it's most likely that MOTB for the brain, for the head. Okay, so we think, we don't think the hand can make you do what the chip in the brain does. Okay, it's probably a whole different level. But if this is true, you know, materials in his head, then, and that's, okay, this is him, putting on himself on that pedestal as if he was the most high, Yahawashi. And the scriptures talk about that, man, because guess what? The Lord is the one that controls the hearts. Okay, the Lord controls the hearts. The Lord controls the reins. He tries the reins. The Lord tries everything. The Lord knows the heart. Okay, it seemed like E is trying to come in the same pattern steps to be able to know the heart too, to be able to know what you're thinking, how you feeling, what's your mood towards this situation. Okay, everything that you're thinking, they want to have that sought out. Okay, let me grab that real quick. Salaki, come on now, hold it down. Wi-Fi ain't kicking out. Go up here. Okay. Oh my gosh. City. And come on now. Okay, Salaki, y'all. Just that type of night, man, where everything wants to fucking act up. Fucking Wi-Fi and shit. Salaki. Okay? Let me make sure we're back rolling. Satan. Okay, good. We're back now. All right. What was that? Uh, should suffice. It's Thessalonians. Yep, Second Thessalonians chapter. Okay, 2 verse 4. All right. Second Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 4. And I get that in the NLT. Let me get that in the King James version because that hits harder than that King James. Can't read. Okay. Come on now. Salaki, I don't know what. Hey, go lay down. Okay, Salaki, come on, man. Well, I'm gonna read from here, okay? King James Version, who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called power, or that is worship. Okay. So that he as power sitteth in the temple of power, showing himself that he is God. Okay. And how is he doing that? How is he doing that? You know, trying to control the hearts, okay, of humanity through that seal. Okay, trying to bring this enterprise to fruition. Okay, that's gonna put him on a whole nother level if he can control the hearts of people. Okay, that's gonna allow him to, you know, control people as the Lord does. Okay, let me read this right quick. This is Proverbs chapter 21, verse 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord Yahawah. As the rivers of water, he turneth it, whether he will. Okay. Every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but the Lord pondereth the hearts. Right. So it's the Lord, okay, that controls the heart, that controls the mind. And he is just trying to be just like that. He's coming in that that's that spirit of wicked, that sorcery spirit, that serpent spirit where it beguiled Eve. Okay, letting her know that she'll be a god. Become both this. Coming in that spirit of beguiling. Telling these people that you'll be able to control things that that you couldn't do before. Mental health. It's like mental health. Okay. And that's him working all. Let me see. Second Thessalonians. Let me I don't know why it's not going. Y'all select it. Okay, well it is what it is. Let me see if I can get the whole thing. Hold on. You know what? Let's get this real quick. All right. There we go. All right, Second Thessalonians, the man of sin. Okay, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. And he's being revealed because of his works, his actions line up with the scriptures of the wicked. Okay, that the scriptures talk about. Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called power, or that is worshipped, so that he as power sitteth in the temple of power, showing himself that he is power. Remember ye not, and that's what he's doing. He's showing himself that he is power when he's introducing this chip to you. Okay, Jake is saying,
Do the other. Let's listen to that again. Self.
So you said something in your body did what?
Nah, the material, feel like the material using my body is that.
The material used in my body stabbed the lady.
And so she just got stabbed.
Yeah.
that shit's crazy.
You know that's not me. I'm talking about just for no reason. But since they did that, now they gotta investigate the material my body is supposed to.
Now they got to investigate the material in my body. So they put.
See, that's crazy. You say, he's not like that for no reason. And we just believe that it can do that. Okay, that's part of his power. That's part of his enterprise. Okay. All right. This is Job chapter 5, verse 12. Okay. Job chapter 5, verse 12. In the NLT version, he frustrates the plans of schemers so the work of their hands would not succeed. In IV version, he thwarts the plans of the crafty so that their hands achieve no success. Now, they're crafty. Okay. They're crafty, man. Coming up with this chip is this, it's the Lord. First off, it's the Lord's chip. This ain't no small matter, man. You put this inside somebody's body, you able to control from your wherever desk you at. You able to control that shit. Okay. You able to control that shit. All right. And this is why we're trying to tell you people out there, man, that don't believe the MOTB is what it is. Okay. You know, the fact that this shit is this being displayed before us right now. It's pretty heavy. Okay, what can it be? All right, it can't be nothing but what it is. You know, people like to say it's different things, it's different forms of sin. That shit, it just don't stick. It doesn't stick to what's going on, man. Okay, and this is how he can get you. This is how you worship the beast, man. Okay, because he'll have your mind sealed. He'll have you, worshiping. You took after his mark. Okay, as in the Old Testament, it speaks about in the law that if you want to serve your master for life, you will have to get that all, roughly paraphrase, that all stuck through your ear. Okay, saying this is my servant for life. Okay, these things are written for our learning, man. Examples. Okay, and that's why, and it's beautiful because guess what? The Lord put that in the law, and the Lord allowed Esau to have it like this and this time, so it's no different with the Lord. Okay, the Lord is just showing you how scenarios work. Because in the Old Testament, with that all, it would be put through the air of the servant that didn't want to leave. He just wanted to serve his master continuously for forever. So now you have the digital all, as the apostles and elders name it, the digital all that is Jake. That's why it says, "Woe to them that go down to Egypt for the one of all things." Okay, that trust on, that roughly paraphrasing, because it's you got deceived. Okay, he came with all deceivableness and unrighteousness, and you were deceived, thinking he could help you when all he wanted to do was control you and control your mind. You know, oh, let me get this real quick. All right, verse 5. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things, and now ye know that withholdeth that he might be revealed in his time. And he's being revealed. For the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, the prophets, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Okay, but it says right here, and then verse 8, and then shall that wicked be revealed, which the wicked has been revealed to those who have the secrets of the Most High Yahawashi. The wicked has been revealed to to us, man. It's just you jakes out there catching on late. You jakes are slow as fuck. Okay, that's why the scriptures say, they're wise to do evil, but but no, roughly paraphrase, they have no knowledge, of the Lord. Okay, he says the ass knoweth his master, the ox is owner, but Israel doeth not consider, because if you within this circle, you understand what's coming, man. You understand what's being revealed, who's being revealed, and how it's going down. These jakes are caught out there, man. These jakes are caught out there, and then a lot of them are gonna take the chip. Okay, a lot of them are gonna either take the chip, die in famine, die through the sword, die through pestilence. The Lord is not playing. Okay, already worked. Let we could be revealed, when the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the work of Satan, with all powers and signs and lying wonders, right? And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness. It's very unrighteous to, if they did that to that Jake, put a chip in them, okay? Because Jake ain't just saying that for no reason, man. Jake ain't just talking about no material in his head just for no reason. If they got to really go back and investigate it, then that's with all deceivableness of unrighteousness. Because how did they get in there? They must have said Jake was drugged up. They drugged him up and shit. Probably ran experiments on his ass. Okay, and this is why apostles and elders tell us to stay the fuck out the hospitals, man, unless you really need to go. All right, and them that perish because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. Okay, and for this cause, power shall send them strong delusion that they should believe in lie. And this is a major lie. Okay, whether you like it or not. This is a major lie right here. That they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but have pleasure in unrighteousness. Okay. And this is the man of sin, the man that wants to put a C-hip in you, okay, so that you can worship him and he can control your mind and your thoughts and everything, okay. You know, the statement that was made some years back that I heard, it said you will have nothing, you will own nothing, and you will be happy. Well, if they thinking of everybody getting the chip, that's pretty understandable, because if everybody got the chip, they can control their mind and make them happy. Okay, they can make them happy with the little bit that they have. Goddamn, make them watch you know, make them they can make them slacker y'all, make them joyous in the heart when it connects to all the nerves and all those things that it takes to connect to the brain cells and stuff like that around that C-hip. Okay. So they can control you in your mind and make you okay, and make you feel happy, make you do these things and make you act outlandish. We know that the chip is like that because we have the proof right here from RJ. Okay, RJ told you, he said paralyzed patients, incredible mind control superpower. Okay, he said allowing him to control devices with his mind. So if he can do it, how much more if this C-hip in him malfunctions? Who's going to come in there and fix it up through another computer screen? Okay, get it all right through another computer screen and fix it up. He can't be the only one that has access to it. Just like our phones. Our phones, we ain't the only ones that have access to our phones. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. This is why when your murder happens or whatever court case, the phone gets subpoenaed. Okay, and guess what? The first thing they hit up is the company. Okay, and the company, gives them everything that you have, your location, where you've been at in the past, the whole line your shit up for a whole year. Where you've been at, who you've been texting, who you've been calling. They have all that information. So how much more does C-hip? Do they have the information? Can it make you do that?
Something in his body. And I don't think it's a microchip in the hand. I think they open his brain up, put him to sleep, and put a chip in him, and he's aware of it.
Since they want to do all that, now they got to investigate.
It's funny because she's from the Ukraine. She's from.
The man sounds sincere, man. Since they did all that, they got to investigate. That sound very sincere to me, And this is crazy, man.
Russia, and they had a war going on against the United States. So I'm just trying to understand, out of all people, why her?
It ain't. I don't have nothing. They just lashed out on her. That's what happened.
They just lashed out on him, meaning the thing that's inside of him. We take it to be the chip. And like I said, it's got to be in his brain, not in his hand. I don't believe a chip in your hand is going to go to make you do things. I believe a chip in your brain, wired to your brain, can talk to you and make you do things.
They lashed out on her. Whoever was working the material, whoever was working the material, they lashed out on her.
See, whoever was working the material. Okay, like I say with RJ, if his shit start to malfunction, who's on the other side that can help correct the malfunction? Just think about that. Okay, this shit real, man. Okay, and this is E, trying to make himself. Okay, this is him trying to make himself. He will oppose and exalt himself above all that is called power or that is worship, so that he has power, sit in the temple of power, showing himself that he is power. Why? Because the Lord controls the hearts. So why is he trying to do the same thing like the Lord? Proverbs 21 verse 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it with the soul illeth. It's like, let me read it again. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. And if it's the king, how much more the people? If the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord Yahawah, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will. Okay, he controls that heart. And that's what Esau is doing with that seal, with that material that we believe. Okay. Just he said, whatever they did, they lashed out on him. Okay. So he's trying to come in that same power as Yahawashi. And it's no coincidence, man. This is why it all links up, and we do believe that that material in his head was the neural, was the one that goes inside the head. Okay, we do believe that. All right. Every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but the Lord Yahawah pondereth the hearts. So the Lord is in your mind. The Lord controls your heart. The Lord controls your mind. What your thought process is going to be. And he is trying to come in that same power, man. Okay, he's trying to come in that same power, but he's going to fail ultimately because he's not. His power is given. The Lord Yahawashi power is not. Yahweh's power is not given. He was the it be all. That's it. All right. But hey, this is what you get, you jakes out there that don't want to wake up, still want to depend on the white man for help or go to him for the one of all things. Okay, mommy. Go let down a little bit. Okay. Be quiet. So, this is what's going on. This is what you got. So hey, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying, okay? This is the material in me made me do it. And I gave you a couple of examples with RJ, and how he went about it with his chip. Okay, and how it made him able to do things and have powers. Okay, so with that, we say Shalom, call on Yahawah, by Hashem Yahawashi, by Hashem Kudash, and double honor to the apostles and elders of the great millstone, and Shalom to the hopeful elect. Lord, when this lesson be edified, let to the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians who consist of the 12 tribes of Israel. Your power is Yahawah, the Heavenly Father, and His only begotten Son is Yahawashi, who they able to call Jesus. Okay, His name is Yahawashi. He is deliverer, is what it means. Okay. And Lord, when this lesson was edifying, until next time, Shalom.